Here we are again, out here enjoying a morning. You know, you never know how many mornings you got left. I mean, really and truly. So you might as well enjoy as many of them as you can. And what shall we talk about today? I really couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I saw something on another channel about the Epstein stuff, and of course everybody is talking about that still. Like you're ever gonna get a resolution to that. Like anybody's gonna do anything about that. Please. My opinion on that is that it's all by design. They're just letting you know who runs the show. And they're not going to do anything about it. There's never going to be any justice for victims or any of that. That's my own opinion. They're just letting you know that evil and corruption runs the show and you're going to be down with it. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. What, you're going to be a keyboard warrior out here, get something done? That's just ignorant. There goes a old bird that had something. Looks like he maybe even had a worm or something. Those are the things that bring a smile to my face. And so I guess for today, I just look forward to living in the moment, taking in what I can and trying to make some sense of it. Or is that even necessary? Do we need to make sense of anything in this senseless place? That looks like a hawk up there, if I can zero in on it. See the hawk? Well, it was up there. Let me see if I can find it. I was pretty sure it landed on that pole, but I don't know. Maybe it flew off already. Yeah, that's about where my videos are right now. I'm done, for the most part, watching other videos, other channels. It doesn't really provide any meaning or substance to my life. And some of these content creators will disable their comment section so that nobody can comment, because I guess they don't like the comments that people leave, and then they get mad and turn off the comment sections. I'll never do that. You're always welcome to leave a remark. I don't, if you feel like it, I'm not asking anybody to do anything. But to, claim to make money off of your channel and then just turn off your comments section because you don't like what anybody has to, or what some people have to say. Well, why would I even want to watch, look at a channel like that? You're just being a weenie and a baby. If you ask me, I have no time to, I don't have any time to waste on that. But yeah, the status of the world, it isn't going to change much. I remember back in 1997, that was Bill Clinton's, during his term, his two-term fiasco. See all these puppets, they all do pretty much the same stuff, and Anyway, that was the Monica Lewinsky scandal, where she had a stain on her dress or some shit from giving him a blowjob or whatever. I mean, it's just at that point. At that time, I thought, what the f? I mean, we're talking almost 30 years ago now, and I was like, this is what the office of the presidency, office of the president has become. And now look at it, it's about a million times worse. And nothing ever gets cleaned up, or it's always just more of the same. It seems like scandals. It's just order out of chaos. It always has been, always will be, and nothing's going to be done about the Epstein files, and you can just live with that. That's my opinion. So, what's the point in looking at it, getting all worked up over nothing? Just ruin your day. Just ruin your day over nothing. Yeah. Well, that's my personal opinion about that. Now what? I don't really have anything else, to be honest. It's like, and then these other channels have popped up on the philosophy of Ephilism, antinatalism, those type of channels. Boy, that really gives somebody something to look forward to. And when you consider many of the past philosophers who were pushing those notions, many of them committed suicide. It's just like, okay. I mean, well, that's something to really go get into. And people can get all depressed about that because, now we're just looking at the void. We're all just staring at the void, which, I mean, it could be true. I tend to believe there's a greater purpose to all this pain and suffering, and it's not just a void that we're all staring at. I mean, I don't have the answers, and nobody needs to believe anything I say. It's just my own way of looking at the world. I'm going to have to go with there is a purpose to all of this. If you can get through it, it's perhaps a test to see who's standing at the end, who can deal with this and move on, because maybe it's some sort of an audition. That's the way I see it. The Ethelists just see it as nothing and all that business, and they make good points, quit procreating and bringing more souls into the soul trap and Loosh Farm. I mean, I get that, but to ponder that on a regular basis, it's going to leave you nowhere. And then you've got the other ones, some other channels that talk about this being the Matrix and and the Archons and all that crap. It's just like, okay, the Archons are whispering into my ear. Go have a snow cone. And then you go have a snow cone. Why did I go have a snow cone? Because the Archons suggested that you go have a snow cone. I mean, you have to laugh at it. Probably the more you can laugh at this stuff, the better off you'll be. I noticed a comment on one of those channels, one of those Ephilism channels. Some younger guy said, and I just brought a baby into this world. He was just distraught that he had even had a newborn. I mean, and now you're going to go through life thinking you just created this abomination. I mean, that's pretty fucked up, actually. I said, You did it. You made that decision. Be a good dad. You know, your kid's gonna need you in the future in this shithole, so, you know, deal with the decision you made. Go get a vasectomy and don't do it again. That's what I did. So anyhow, well, that's about it. 10 minutes of nonsense. I'm going to keep these at about 10 minutes and leave it at that, folks. Have a nice day.